lest we forget. Pay our respects to the women and men who served our land. They heard the call, they marched in time. For our country gave their lives lest we forget. Going from their homes and families, they saw the job that needed to be done away in distant lands. For the sake of freedom, freedom everywhere, the sons and daughters of Australia were there. Lest we forget, pay our respects to the women and men who served our land. They heard the call, they marched in time. For our country gave their lives lest we forget. From Anzac Cove to the trenches of the Somme they bravely fought, and through Kokoda's muddy mountains battled on. From the jungles of Vietnam to Korea, Afghanistan, we celebrate their lives, we thank them one and all. Lest we forget, pay our respects to the women and men who served our land. They heard the call, they marched in time. For our country gave their lives lest we forget. Lest we forget, pay our respects to the women and men who served our land. They heard the call, they marched in time. For our country gave their lives lest we forget. For our country gave their lives lest we forget. For our country gave their lives lest we forget.
Remembrance Day is the day we remember those who have died at war. Every year, Remembrance Day serves as a reminder to us all of the great sacrifice made by all people who have fought to defend our country and our freedom. Each year we observe 1 minute silence at 11 a.m. on the 11th of November in memory of those who have died or suffered in all wars and armed conflicts.
"103 years ago, in 1918, the armistice, which was a peace agreement, was signed that ended World War I. It brought an end to 4 years of hostilities that saw 61,919 Australians die at sea, in the air and on foreign soil. Few Australian families were left untouched by the events of World War I.
In World War I, the war to end all wars, most had lost a father, son, daughter, brother, sister or friend. Over 4 million casualties resulted, including nearly 20 million deaths. In Australia, over 400,000 men, nearly 1/10 of the population, enlisted. Almost half of them were wounded or killed in the ensuing battles.
Today we pause to remember the sacrifice of those men and women who have died or suffered in wars and conflicts, and all those who have served during the past 103 years. We also remember all those men and women who are currently serving.
I'm now going to read for you an extract from For the Fallen by Lawrence Binion. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them, lest we forget.
We will now listen to The Last Post, where Reveille signalled the start of a soldier's day. The last post signalled its end. It told soldiers that the night sentries were alert and at their posts, and gave one last warning to any soldiers still at large that it was time to retire for the evening.
The last post was incorporated into funeral and memorial services as a final farewell. It symbolises that the duty of the dead is over and that they can rest in peace. At the conclusion of the last post, we will observe a minute's silence to remember all those who have fought and died for our country.
On Remembrance Day, most people wear a poppy. Red poppies were a common sight in the landscapes of World War I, and they flourished in the soil churned up by the shelling and fighting. This flower is worn to remind us of the many people killed in the service of their country. It is an enduring symbol of remembrance. The national anthem will be played to conclude our Remembrance Day.